Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Mountain Beast Radio. Justin Chernopeski here with Doug Mackay.
DJ Doug Mackay.
Anyways, today's topic, your favorite, Bigfoot or Sasquatch
Or
Yeren
hoax.
or Yeti,
Or hoax.
Buckwas,
Hoax.
Skookum.
Fake.
Doug believes this is a bunch of crap.
Non-existent. What other synonyms?
But
shall we
you've
use?
admitted to me that you think out of anything else,
It's
it
the
is
most
the most
plausible.
plausible.
Yes. But plausible doesn't equal.
Actually, before we get on topic here, I want to go off topic.
We're going off topic.
I want to go off topic.
We're derailing
Because
before the episode even gets.
though Doug is a skeptic on everything that I want to talk about, he claimed years back
that I was abducted
that
by
he was
aliens.
abducted by aliens, and he was very excited about it, and he showed me marks on his back.
Yeah, I still don't know what those marks are from. You saw it, man. It was
You
weird.
think it was aliens?
I don't know anymore, man. I'm like
Because
I want to.
you come off as a skeptic nowadays, but I think
Yeah,
deep
well, people
down,
change. I like based on the evidence. I have no answer for what.
tell the
was
story
wrong.
quickly.
Okay. Long story short. So, it's the middle. It's like 9 a.m. My parents wake
How
me
long
up.
ago?
Oh God, what?
That was a while ago.
Grade 10, maybe earlier.
It was in
junior
high
high.
school.
High school.
I think it was high school.
Okay, long time ago. Anyway, at least what 10 years? 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like 10 years.
Yeah, it was like 10.
It was like 10 years ago. I woke up, it was like 9 a.m. My parents were like, hey, we're going to get groceries. I was like, okay, cool. They left. I hopped on the computer. I looked at the time after a while, because I was like, where the hell are my parents? And it was like 3 p.m. I was like, my parents have been grocery shopping for like 6 hours. What's going on? So I called my mom. I was like, yo, where are you guys at? And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you guys have been gone for like 6 hours. She's like, no, we've been gone for like 2 hours. We left at 1. And I was like, okay, well, what happened to me between 9 and 1? Because I don't remember you guys being here at all since I woke up. So then I was like, whatever. Didn't really think about it, to be honest. I just kept playing my video games. And then my parents came home at around like 4 and were like, hey, my mom came downstairs. She was like, you got to get ready. We're going to go to your grandma's for supper. I was like, okay, cool. At this point, I'm wearing pajama pants, no shirt, and I got a blanket draped over my shoulders. I stood up. I dropped the blanket off. My mom goes, what the hell happened to your back? And I was like, nothing. And I went and looked in the mirror, and it was like rug burn from like the top of my spine to like where my pajama pant line was. Like that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
And it was like a shallow hard scab like you get when you get rug burn. But I was like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, how the F?
Don't remember ever getting like.
Yeah, I don't remember getting dragged anywhere. That's for sure. Or like how I got rug burn on my spine, perfectly straight down my spine. And like you seen it.
I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like. So I was like, well,
I thought you took pictures too. Did you not?
I don't know. If I did, it was on an old digital camera that is not existent anymore.
Yeah.
But, so, I remember going to Justin's place, and I was like, dude, I got, like, missing time, and I got, like, weird marks, and, like, I'm pretty sure I got abducted
This
by aliens.
all adds up to be the typical alien abduction case.
Yes. But that's the problem with that jump to the conclusion. You know, like it is a weird set of circumstances, but like I was just basing it off of what everybody else said an alien abduction was. Like I have no memory of the alien abduction
you think
or anything.
Everyone had, like, it's not a coincidence that everyone experiences those things.
I'm not, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's aliens.
But you said that you were abducted by aliens, and that's what you
when
thought.
I was like 16.
And now you change your mind.
It's been like 10 years.
Well, then what was it?
I don't know. Dude, this is what I'm saying. Like, people, just because I believe something when I was 16 doesn't mean I have to still believe it when I'm 26.
Yeah, but you still don't have answers.
No, but it doesn't mean I'm just going to be like, well,
What are the other options?
Well, it could have been anything. Like, it could have been like some like rash that I got. And like, for all
It definitely didn't look like a rash. It was definitely, like, defined in a way
I know, and it
where...
was straight down my spine. It was weird. But that doesn't mean it wasn't like some sort of like dermatitis of some sort or anything like that. Just because it's like a weird set of circumstances doesn't automatically mean like aliens.
Wow.
Like, oh wow.
We all know I like to believe it was aliens.
Yeah, and like at the time, I wanted to believe it was aliens too. I did believe it was aliens. I was like, dude, I got abducted. Like, shit's crazy. And I mean, I had like nightmares for a little while, but they were never specifically about aliens. It was always just a bright fucking God damn, I'm swearing on so much already. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to swear. Anyway, it was like the nightmare. It was like a reoccurring nightmare. It only lasted for like maybe 6 months, but if I slept in my bed, I would, in my dream, I'd be laying in my bed and there'd be a bright blue light out my window, and then I would wake up and I was always crying.
So you were having alien abduction dreams.
I never saw aliens in my dreams. It was just a blue light.
Well, you don't know what aliens look like. Aliens could be an entity, which could be like energy in the form of light.
Yeah, but I can't just be like definitely.
No, obviously not.
Like,
but
it was a weird
all the
set of
typical
circumstances. Yeah, and maybe I'm in denial. Maybe I'm like, I don't want to believe there's aliens because that's screwed up and scary. I don't know, but like, you guys can think whatever you want. I just I can't prove it, and like at the time that was my conclusion that I had jumped to because it was a real weird set of circumstances, and yeah, like I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, for sure, like definitely was aliens, because I don't have any proof of that. I also don't have any proof of what else it might have been. Like, it was just a weird thing that happened to me like one day, and then like for 6 months after, I just had like these weird dreams. But like, it doesn't mean anything. Dreams can be weird. I had a dream last night that I was in like the Pacific Rim movie. Like, it was wild. It was the dopest dream ever. But I like woke up because in the dream I ended up underwater and I was holding my breath in real life, and woke up gasping for air because I just wasn't breathing while I was sleeping. It was crazy. But like, doesn't mean that I was actually like in that situation.
Yeah, dreams are weird.
Yeah, dreams can be wild.
Don't even know what.
But yes, I am a huge skeptic because I got real into like reading like science stuff and looking at
watching Fire in the Sky.
That was a good movie.
That was
a really good movie. But no, like, the thing is, and I know that you're already going to bring this argument up because you brought it up the last time we tried to do this, but yes, you're right. I don't have any bush experience, but the reason why I know that the earth isn't flat is because there's experts who do have those experiences and know that the earth isn't flat, and I trust those people. And the same experts that like go out into like fields and don't find Bigfoot, like
or find evidence left behind.
A couple footprints, maybe.
We're getting back on topic, by the way.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed.
But yes, no, like, yeah, as a skeptic, like, I just need, like, I want the definitive proof before I like.
But you can't just get it. Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah, but it's supposedly these things have been around for like thousands of years alongside human beings. I almost threw up right there.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Supposedly,
you need a pat on the back.
No, I'm good. I don't burp very often, so when it happens, it catches me off guard. I'm like an animal that farts. Wake myself up sometimes. But anyway. But no, like I just need that, like if these things have been like living alongside human beings or whatever for the last like however many thousands of years, like there should be more than just like footprints that have come up in the last like 100.
Well, there is more.
What else is there? There's so far, according to like universities like Oxford and stuff like that, any like supposed Bigfoot hair and stuff like that has all come back as animals that we know, or humans,
undiscovered or unknown primate.
What has come back as unknown primate?
Hair samples.
Whose?
I don't know whose specifically, but I know I can look it up.
Look it up.
There's video evidence that could be legitimate too.
But there's a lot that definitely isn't.
Okay, just because I posted a video about this the other day.
The Patterson footage.
What?
Well, you already know
what do you think about it?
You already know what I think.
Well, explain.
Based on everything that I've seen and all like the examinations, like the claims that a human couldn't do what the supposed Bigfoot was doing in the video is nonsense. A person could easily do it. The other thing is, like, when you watch like the steadied film,
yeah,
where like they track it so that it's just the Bigfoot walking,
yeah,
like that doesn't look as like, it just becomes so much, I don't know, less realistic looking to me. And I got to do this without cussing up a storm or saying a bunch of slang terms, but everyone claims that this thing had breasts. But like,
it does though.
First of all, no one, like, when we first saw that footage, no one, anyone that we knew was like, dude, that thing has breasts.
Well, not anyone that we knew.
It wasn't until someone else, we saw a video and was like,
we
look,
didn't analyze it
here's
up
some
close.
breasts.
We didn't even see the original footage, which was a lot clearer than what you see on the internet.
But here's the thing that doesn't make sense. That thing is completely hair covered. Okay? Mammals of all species, when they have breasts or nipples, don't have hair on them.
Well, we can't really see.
Well, then we can't tell.
Detail.
Then we can't tell, can we? People talk about you can see the muscles. If you can't see nipples, you can't see muscles.
You can see the way like the skin moves and the hair and underneath it and the reflections.
You know what moves?
What?
A costume. Things move when you wear a costume.
Yeah,
too.
but
all right, look. Okay.
Compare this. If this is a costume, compare it to Planet of the Apes, which came out, I'm pretty sure, the same year.
Okay.
Well, maybe 1968. I think Planet of the Apes came out. I can't remember.
Good movie.
Basically the same time.
But
Great
anyway,
movie.
yeah. But
Nova.
Here's the thing. Planet of the Apes is shot close-ups and like in your face, like.
I'm sure if you put one of those people who are a lot smaller in that spot. Man, they've tried to recreate it and reframe the shot, and when you put a person where this thing was and line it up, this thing was way bigger. It was at least 7 feet tall.
So is Darth Vader. People are tall.
People are tall. I guess we'll just never know because we weren't there.
Right.
But
there's a lot of weird stuff that happened after the Patterson footage.
I just have a great feeling about that video.
Less than 2 weeks after the Patterson footage came out, Patterson and I always get the guy's name wrong.
Bob Gimlin.
Gimlin. I always want to say Gimli. I don't know why.
Disrespectful piece of
Oh, sorry, Mr. Gimlin. They and Patterson's brother-in-law started a company like 12 days after called Bigfoot Enterprises in Hollywood.
And what did they specialize in? Ape suits?
No, but probably filming things, making them look real. Anyway, and why was the third guy even involved? He didn't make the film. And when they asked him, hey, you're his brother-in-law, what do you think about the film? He's like, they asked him, what did you contribute? And he's like, I just lent him some money. And they're like, did you ever ask about the film? Like, do you think it's authentic? He's like, I don't know, because I never wanted to know.
I don't think it matters, though, that they started a company right after, because I made a documentary, and I could have easily made a company called
Mountain Beast Entertainment.
Wild Man, like, Enterprises. No, I did one called Mountain Beast Entertainment, but that's just because, like...
But the thing is like, if you're... And also, this was their very first Bigfoot expedition. And people always talk about, oh, they just happened across it while they were out hiking or whatever. No, they were going out on a Bigfoot expedition. And the very first one, they caught film footage of this thing. When we have, like, hundreds of thousands of people going out now, getting no good video. And if, like, nothing compared to that. And if anybody does have video, like, 80% probably are fake.
But why does all the crap nowadays not look half as good as that?
Because people aren't spending money on this stuff.
Yes, they are.
Not like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, I'm not saying they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, but back in the day, this dude probably spent a good chunk of change considering he got money from his brother-in-law who owned a concrete company, one of the biggest ones in the state.
I don't think they had enough money. And
dude,
I don't think they would.
He was loaded.
I don't think they would make
the
a
biggest
suit that good.
Contrast. There's a guy who claims he made the suit too, and there's a guy who claims that he was the actor in the suit. But
anybody could claim that.
Yeah, but anyone could claim that they saw Bigfoot. It doesn't make it true.
No, this is so frustrating.
Yeah, I'm just saying the Patterson footage, like, to me, debunked long ago.
No.
But, believe whatever you want to believe, man. All I'm saying is they claim that
there's an equal chance of it being real that there is of it being fake.
It's not an equal chance.
It is so equal. Where is the suit? Where's the evidence of the suit?
The guy. Well, they probably still had it, but that was the other thing.
I've never seen.
That was the other thing.
Or heard of a suit turning up anywhere. Have you?
No, but here's the
Why
other
didn't
thing.
this guy who claimed to have created the suit create an exact replica to show that he made it?
He has a friggin' suit when he's doing his conferences. But even after all this stuff went down, Gimlin sued Patterson's wife and Al Diatley, which is Patterson's brother-in-law, for not getting his share of the money, but they settled out of court. Like,
But
dude, you
that
have
could-
said it yourself that money makes things a hell of a lot shadier.
It does.
When you involve
but-
money into stuff, it's that much easier to be like, oh,
But
it was
listen,
a cash grab.
but listen,
What?
even if they filmed a real Bigfoot and we knew it was real, that could still happen,
okay,
right?
yeah, it could. But like at that point, what do you want to do? This Gimlin guy claims that he's been having a like super horrible life because people have been harassing him for the last like 30 or 40 years or whatever it's been. And now he's like, oh yeah, like I wish I never would have filmed it or saw it or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Dude, if you're out there on a Bigfoot expedition, what is your goal? To film Bigfoot or to get rich off Bigfoot? I know someone who wants to get rich off Bigfoot, but I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to get sued for defamation.
What does it rhyme with? Rod.
I'm thinking of the last name. Landing. Rod Landings. But yeah, like, it's ridiculous, man. Like, there's so many people that either want this because they want this, like, crazy, let's call it fame surrounding them because they can get big in the Bigfoot community. And look, I know that when I say this, like, I come across a jerk because you're in the Bigfoot community, but, like, I know why you're in it. I know that you're in the Bigfoot community because you're interested in Bigfoot and want to study it. I know you're not doing it because you think you're going to get rich off of it, and I know you're not doing it because you think that you're going to get, like, famous off it or anything like that. But, like, there's a lot of people that do it, obviously, evidently. Like, just by looking at their videos, you
Rick
can tell.
Dyer.
Who's Rick Dyer?
He made the fake Bigfoot body and toured it around
Oh, nice.
America.
See, and that's the thing, man. You try, like, this is the problem when it comes to, like, all these, like, mysteries and stuff like that, is, like, you get so much garbage that, like, you can't, there's no real way of being like, oh, that's a real Bigfoot track. Because, like, even in your documentary, when you're talking to
Bindernagel.
Why did I think Blakenagel?
You're butchering all these names, man.
Whatever. Like, when you interviewed him, he even said, like, sometimes it's hard to tell between, like, real and fake.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And the crappy thing about all the fake stuff is that it pollutes all the good evidence in a way, like, makes it less...
And then, I mean, then you also have, like, the people who are like, oh, well, then why would the Native Americans talk about, like, these creatures or whatever? But, like, the problem with anecdotal evidence is that is an oxymoron, because anecdotal evidence is not evidence. You can't just, like, it's the same reason why they don't use eyewitness accounts as, like, for sure gonna convict this guy on an eyewitness account, because humans are the worst at remembering things. Like, or even misinterpreting things. Like, it just humans are not, we're smart, but we're not real great at, like, retelling events as they've happened.
The weird thing is, like, you talked to me before about Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Which is, like, the most simple explanation is probably the right one.
The most simple explanation here is that humans have been hoaxing stuff for, like,
okay, when I think about it, I think that if it's a hoax, I have to assume everyone's, either making all these, like, fake videos and all these fake tracks, and if it's, like, misidentification, that everyone's misidentifying the same thing, like, thousands of, like,
but
reports.
Here's the problem.
It's a lot more assumptions for me to assume that than it is to think, there's just an undiscovered primate.
You're not making, like, mass, like you're not necessarily misidentifying, like, the same thing. People can misidentify, like, anything in the woods, man.
No, but...
like, and even if you're not, like, there's gonna be a lot of people who, like, I heard a noise, it was Bigfoot. Like, like, that's a real thing. Like, isn't that Les Stroud's story when he was in Alaska? I heard a noise, didn't sound like any animal, broke some branches or whatever. I don't know what it was, probably a Bigfoot. Like, like, that's just, like, anything.
When it comes down to it, unfortunately, we need a specimen.
Yeah,
right.
And that's the other problem is, like, you got, like, probably 80%.
Who's gonna be the guy to shoot it?
I would gladly be that guy.
I'll bring you with me. You can shoot it. I'll tell you not to, and you can do it anyway.
Doug, no! No, see, here's the problem. I don't understand, if you believe in it, and you're tired of being said that, like, or being told like, oh, it's not a real thing. You're frustrated because people don't believe that what you believe or whatever. Like you're like I know the Bigfoot's real, and everyone's like, no, Bigfoot's not real. You're just believing a whole bunch of like nonsense, and then you're mad about it, and then someone else is like, well, what if we kill one? And then you're like, don't kill it. Why not? Prove to the world.
You know what though? You know what I think is like a big problem? I think a lot of people who believe in Bigfoot and are like dedicating a lot of time and like money and are also like profiting off Bigfoot, they don't want like it to be proved real, because then it kind of ends all the fun, you know?
Yeah, but that's the problem, is that the reason the Bigfoot mystery is such a big like genre on its own, like it is like a genre inside like the world of like mysteries. Bigfoot is its own like section. It's because so many people have been using it for so long and being like just pumping out supposed evidence and like pushing like, oh yeah, this is like, it's real, but like with no definitive proof. That's why, like, that's the problem, man, is like no one's found, like in North America, no one's found like a skeleton or like,
No, but you're not going to find a skeleton of lots of other animals like bears.
but well,
or any kind of like predator. You won't find I guarantee you will never find the skeleton of like a cougar.
no one's ever found a skeleton
Of
cougar skeleton.
a cougar that's died naturally, or of a bear.
No one has ever found one.
Not that I'm aware of.
Why not? What?
Because they hide themselves before they die.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is like if these things have,
They're
lived
going to
up-
be very intelligent. They're going to be
Okay.
closer to us than chimpanzees.
Okay, you assume,
Well, just based on what they look like, from what we know.
but just because something looks like us doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be intelligent.
But compared to like a bonobo ape or a chimpanzee, which are very close to like humans in DNA, and like they're incredibly intelligent.
Mm-hmm. But like, here's the thing.
There's
man.
no way, like,
Here's the thing. Okay, so these things have been living in North America, alongside Native American stuff for the past like 1,000 years. Let's say. Let's just drop it at 1,000. Okay, even though if they did evolve alongside us, they've been around for as long as we have. Okay, if that's true, and we started on the East Coast like Europeans, and then we developed all that, like we've just been moving in all through the States is way more developed than Canada, but like we've just been building shit, digging holes, like, you know, tearing down forests for the last like 400 years, let's say, just been ripping everything apart, and we haven't found a single like shred of like evidence.
there has been evidence. No skeleton.
Okay, skeletal evidence or like that's the thing.
We don't
man.
even
It's
know.
like,
We don't know what their lifespans are like either. Like, what if they live for over 100 years, 200 years? Who knows?
even if that's true, they still had to evolve alongside us.
But bones in the forest, they disappear, man. Like they disappear.
But like when you're tearing down forests and digging holes for like sewage and stuff in like new cities and stuff, like you're gonna find weird stuff. That's how a lot of dinosaur bones got found, was because they were digging into like make new buildings or whatever, like digging in like the base of buildings, and we're like, oh, we found some dinosaur bones, like, and those are like millions of years old, and then like these things supposedly like lived alongside human beings, and still like we just haven't found any evidence, like fossilized evidence or anything like that. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. Like, I understand that people obviously, like, when it comes to like Gigantopithecus or whatever, it's like, oh, we've only ever found skulls, like,
Well, not
like
even
jawbones or whatever.
jawbones and teeth.
Yeah. And like that's the weird thing, is they call it Gigantopithecus, but even like any like paleontologist or anthropologist or whatever will tell you, based on what we know about them, we have no idea how big they actually were. They could have just had big heads based on their jawbone.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
When you compare it to all the other primates.
Well, but the thing, dude, gorillas have bigger heads than us, but they're shorter than us.
But they're built.
Yeah, but we don't know what the rest of their body's like, right? They, like a Gigantopithecus might be the size of a gorilla.
Maybe, but
like we just
based
don't
on
know.
what we have and what we
all
can
we have is
compare
jawbones and stuff. But that's the thing is like I've just recently watched like.
It's like it could be like that with anything, like any bone found. You know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. But like that's what I'm saying is like because there's a lot of people that think it's Gigantopithecus or whatever, but it's like we don't even know what Gigantopithecus might look
if
like.
it is Gigantopithecus, it probably won't be Gigantopithecus. It would be like a, it would have been the descendant of Gigantopithecus.
Now, here's the next thing that I have to question.
What? Gosh. I'm sick of defending myself here.
Already? It's been like 15 minutes. Dude.
What?
You're a
what?
Bigfoot, you're a self-proclaimed Bigfoot, researcher?
No.
What do you call yourself?
An enthusiast.
Okay, enthusiast.
I am not a scientist. I am not a researcher.
You're a
I'm
Bigfoot
a filmmaker
enthusiast.
who finds a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Supposed evidence done by other people?
Fulfillment,
Oh.
in the topic of Bigfoot. I enjoy it.
You enjoy it. And that's fine. I'm not trying to take that away from you. I'm not trying to change your mind either. I'm just saying from my side, this is why.
I'm saying from my side,
yeah, I understand.
based on what I've seen.
Okay, but look, here's my next question.
What?
Is like, so what is this thing's natural enemy, let's say? Like Nothing. So why isn't its population booming? Like humans are the alpha right now.
Yeah, but humans can also make choices.
It can
to not. Humans can make choices not to breed.
So you're saying that they specifically are like...
What if they are intelligent enough, to want to remain hidden, and that's part of their strategy, maybe. Who knows?
Oh, man. It's just like, if you're the alpha species, you're gonna, like, nothing is stopping you from procreating on a massive scale. That's why there's, like, however many billion of us now.
But maybe something is stopping them. Like, maybe they know that if there is more of them, we'll find them, and then they won't be hidden, and it'll be more of a danger to them. Because, humans are very destructive.
Yeah.
And
clear-cut forests. So we're their natural predator.
I guess, yes, we would be the biggest enemy.
So, let's say, like deer... No, hey, or I guess they don't know, but like they're natural. They have a shit ton of natural predators, right?
Deer I feel bad for those guys.
And so
cars,
number one deer killer, but like so they're like if it's like saying that if a deer was smart enough, it would be like we shouldn't have sex so much because we're just making meals for lions right now.
But it's not because of making meals. It's because of the desire to remain undetected.
Why wouldn't...
It's like me. If I don't want anybody to see me, I'm intelligent enough to, like, hide.
Yeah.
And I'm intelligent enough to know, like, if for my benefit right now, I'm not going to have children.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, but like, if these creatures, like, again, if they evolved alongside human beings, so they've... So just let me get this out real quick. So since the dawn of, like, humans and Sasquatch, since they've been, let's say, in contact, the Sasquatch just inherently was like, don't want to get to know those guys.
Maybe they already...
Because, well, here's the thing, is, like, if this is, like, a 900-pound creature, we, at that, back in the day, like, didn't stand a chance. Like, they would have been the alpha.
Yeah, but we probably have more brain power.
Okay, but, like, even still, like, I mean...
We have computers. Damn it.
We didn't have computers,
we're
like,
smarter,
1,000 years
we're
ago.
Smarter. That's our advantage.
Yeah, we're smarter, but... Like,
well, I think we're smarter. There's a lot of stupid people.
So the Native Americans have like these stories and like respect these giant beasts of the wild because they had like stories of like them killing people and like protecting the forest and stuff like that or whatever. But like, so I don't know, man. Just doesn't make sense.
Okay,
to me.
what's the biggest enemy other than humans to mountain gorillas?
I have no idea.
Why are their populations incredibly low?
Because they don't have a huge habitat in Africa. They live in the jungles on like the top of like
There's a
3
lot
mountains.
of space. There's a lot of jungle out there.
But they live in a specific area of the mountains.
Well, maybe the Sasquatch do too in specific
Then
areas
why
of the
would there
mountains.
be sightings all over the world?
I'm not
in
saying every
every
sighting is legitimate.
But you believe that, like, so what? Only the sightings in like mountainous regions of North America and like the Himalayas and stuff like that are legit. So like,
Honestly, since I've gotten into the subject,
yes,
I've been leaning towards that because I think it's very odd that you get like, and I'm not knocking on anyone who researches Bigfoot in like eastern provinces or states, but that just
like Ontario has a huge Bigfoot following.
there's a lot of bush in Ontario,
but not a lot of like mountain.
not a lot of mountain, but
Lot
yeah,
of
I don't know.
lakes.
It's hard to say.
A lot of lakes. Beautiful, beautiful province, Ontario. I will say that. When I drove through there, goddamn, I miss the East. Not gonna lie.
But you're getting Bigfoot reports in places like Texas too, which is like,
yeah,
they're
they're all over the world, man. But like that's you either have to decide, does having sightings all over the world legitimize it or does it make it less credible? Because nowadays, especially, like
To me, it makes
people,
it makes it less credible to me
Yeah.
personally, just based on my
like
beliefs.
And I mean, probably down in like Chile and stuff like that, like they got mountains down there, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Like stuff like and like deep rainforest, who knows? But like, it's just this is the problem with like, I don't want to say the Bigfoot community, I guess, but like specific people in the Bigfoot community, it's either that they're a very rare creature or they're all over the world.
And by all over, it's like all
Like,
over.
all
if you look
over.
at like a map where all the reports have come from and like sightings,
It's
like marked on there,
all
it's
over.
everywhere.
Yeah, but that's
Which
the
doesn't make
problem.
sense to me because there's so many people everywhere.
Yeah.
The only place it makes sense to actually have legitimate sightings to me is in like mountainous forested regions where there's nobody. And even when you go on like Google Earth and look at these really forested areas, there's still roads everywhere.
Yeah. See, but like it doesn't make sense to me, man. Like, and I know that you believe that they keep like that they have like small pockets of population or whatever where it's like a few hundred or whatever like that, like in areas.
Well, who knows?
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
your theory.
I believe there's probably more than like 4,000 in the east or in the western coastal regions.
Yeah, but like, it's like, and that's the other thing is like if you have 4,000 across like the western region of like mountains and stuff like that, so you have like 4,000 total, let's say, just a ballpark number, but they're not all together, because if there was just a group of 4,000 Bigfoot, eventually someone would see them, like. So they're spread out. So like, let's say pockets of like a couple hundred in like an area.
It could be pockets of like just like a family.
But then
Who
you have to assume that they're going to be traveling to traveling to bang, to like procreate or whatever. But like, that's the thing, man. I mean, are they salmon? Are they swimming back upstream to where they were spawned?
I'm sure they're nomadic in a way and move around based on wildlife.
But
Corridors and...
If they follow the wildlife, why wouldn't we see them when we're tracking other wildlife?
They're... Compared to, like, humans, if they exist, they're way more accustomed to the forest than we are. And they live there. They know... They can get animals in the places where we go to get. Like, if we're going hunting. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying, but like when you preface something with "if they exist," it just like
I know, but
I understand why you said it.
I don't know 100% if Bigfoot are real, right? But I'm leaning towards the fact that the possibility is there. you know.
I got you. I know what you believe for sure.
But if you're like researching the subject or you're getting serious about it, you have to be like able to filter out
you have to be objective, and that's another
80%,
big problem.
85% of the crap.
And again, that's a
up.
huge problem in the Bigfoot community is that people see something, no matter
it's
how
a big
bad
problem
it looks.
in any
well,
unexplained.
Yeah, but specifically, I have seen horrendous videos.
Oh,
You've seen them too.
I've seen
and people are like, "That's it, man. You got it.
No.
Take it to the news. Let's get this published." That's
my
proof
favorite
is
ones
real.
are the photos that I see and that get thrown around Facebook and sent to me where it's like, yeah, like there's like a circle on the picture and it's like, here it is right here. Like you can see his face is right here. Here's his hands, and you're just like looking at it like, what the like?
That's a branch, if anything.
This is not gonna cut it.
That's the other problem.
At all.
When you're snapping pics of the woods, and it's not definitive, your brain is automatically looking for patterns, faces, stuff like that. It's just something that you naturally do. It's like the same as that weird face thing that they took a picture of on Mars. Your brain just automatically is like, that's a face. And they're like, actually, it was just a weird rock formation.
That's what they want you to think, too.
Oh, yeah, because the government. And that's the other thing. People always talk about how, the government knows Bigfoot's real. Why cover it up?
I don't believe that, because I worked in forestry. And a lot of the people I worked with in forestry were, open to Bigfoot being real. They weren't in any way trying to, suppress it.
You can't talk about Bigfoot around here.
Yeah.
No, but that's the thing. Is, there's so much garbage. The internet is a dump. It's just a trash heap anyway. But then when you try and dig for through a specific pile of trash, there's just so much junk. And I know, man, people want to believe. Fox Mulder, man. He wanted it. He wanted to believe. And there's a lot of stuff that I want to believe. And it would be so sweet if stuff was legit and real and definitive, where people were like, guess what? That thing you wanted to believe in, believe away, man, because it's the truth. I would be super pumped. But you can't let that part of your brain override the part of your brain that's is there proof? Because right now, there's nothing definitive. I haven't seen, again, I still haven't said it. I started saying it. I don't know why I didn't finish saying it. Apparently, we've seen a few videos of Bigfoots with breasts, but I still haven't seen a video of a male Bigfoot with junk. That was a lot more fun in the last recording, but I got told to tone it down.
The language got a little bit out of hand on that one.
It was fun. I was having a good time. But, I haven't seen a Bigfoot penis in any video. So, either they're packing the smallest heat for a 9-foot tall creature.
Hoaxers, if you're listening, make sure your next video features
Send me a video
penis.
of a penis of a Bigfoot. Not just a penis. Of a Bigfoot. I want a Bigfoot penis in a video, and I want to see it. Hair covered or not. I don't know if it might be dog-like. It might be that.
Shut up. Moving on. Next subject.
It might be lipstick. That's all I'm saying. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
It could be, maybe. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, that was the other thing, is Bigfoot videos, I've never seen a video of a Bigfoot doing anything other than walking around, or I've never seen a video of one eating.
I've seen a video actually of one doing something. You can't really tell what it's doing. It's a great video, and it was analyzed by Thinker Thunker. He's got a Bigfoot channel. It's called Thinker Thunker. He analyzes different videos. He does the Patterson footage. He does a really good job. Suggest you watch it. But this video I'm talking about, I think it was from Mission in BC, a place called Mission. And it's from really far away. And you see this creature moving around, doing something, picking leaves or something, and it steps into this big hole, and it just looks very you have to watch it, the way the leg moves, it's very strange. And then you can see, as this thing's moving around, a little one pokes its head up from behind this, I think it was a tree stump or something. And it's very strange because it is from so far away, and you have to watch it.
Here's the other thing. whenever there's like a little one, it's always like hiding until like the last minute of the video, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm here too. Like, it's always got to be like a surprise. It seems so set up. Like, so many videos just seem like it's like, all right, what would make this like super like surprising and like make you be like, oh, what? That's awesome. Like instead of just being like, there's a Bigfoot and a baby. Like that. I mean, I saw the one where it's supposedly like a mama Bigfoot carrying a baby like behind a rock or whatever. Ugh. Like every video has got like. I mean, then you got, what do we call them? Rod landings videos, man. Like, come on. I've seen so many people that are like, man, he's got like the best videos out there, and they are garbage. Like,
I'm not commenting.
I'm gonna comment, okay? Like, I'm not gonna call him a liar or a hoaxer, because again, I'm not trying to get sued for defamation or whatever. I don't even know if I can get sued for defamation. I'm just gonna cover my ass. But I will say this. To me, those videos are ridiculous. If you have a straight up shot of a Bigfoot's face and you stop filming before the camera dies or it walks away, you are hoaxing something fierce.
The camera always conveniently dies.
Yeah, that is nonsense. And you never see it walk up and you never see it leave. It's just staring off into the distance like some high kid.
But you never see it arrive and you never see it leave.
And if you do see another one moving, it's always off in the distance, like running up a hill or whatever. And it's like, wow, real good one, bro. Like, so no, like, and yet people believe that thing. And that's the problem, is like, I don't want to say people are gullible. I just think people are really inclined to believe what they want to believe, man. And like, I understand it. Like I said, I want to believe a lot of stuff too. But sometimes you have to face the reality and look at it and be like, that's not cutting it. Like,
speaking of gullibility and videos, I have to tell the story again to you of my cousin. Well, a few of my cousins. Because back, like, I think it was Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
They were producing these horrible mockumentaries. The first one was about mermaids. And they play it off like this is like real, like these doctors are like talking about it.
And they didn't disclaimer it until the end of the video. End.
Anyways, after this thing aired, my cousins came over to my place and they were visiting, and they're like, man, like, did you see this mermaid show? Like, there's mermaids are real, blah 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 blah. I'm like, you guys are stupid. No, they're not. It just goes to show, like, people will believe. And if my cousins are listening to this, like, I'm not knocking you.
You're not dumb. We understand why you believed it, because it was a well-made piece of production. And like,
you can make anybody believe anything with TV.
Yeah, that's the problem, is like, people are inclined to believe what they see. And it doesn't matter where that visual evidence to them came from. Like, and that's the biggest issue with when people are like, here's a video of Bigfoot. It's like 90, I don't want to say 90. I'm just going to pick a random number. 75% of Bigfoot like believers are going to be like, sweet video of Bigfoot, man. That looks dope. Like, there's only a handful of like people in the Bigfoot community that'll look at something and be like, that's junk. Like, quit trying. Like, and that's like, I think that if you're a real, legit, like, want to prove it and like want to find legit evidence, then you should push back hard against that stuff. Like, a lot of people like that. And I don't mean just ignore things, because that seems to be the biggest thing in like the Bigfoot community, is that if something's junk, people just like the more prominent like enthusiasts or researchers or anything just kind of push off the side. No, you need to fight back against that. Push back so that people know we're not going to take your garbage junk into our community, because it's just ruining everything that we're trying to like do here. Yeah. Like, you can't just let it be like, oh.
No, and I agree with that. And also, like, they also made that mockumentary about Bigfoot, and it was the stupidest thing I ever seen. They had like a big cage, and they were like capturing a Sasquatch in this cage, and it was so bad, and it was clearly fake. But at the same time, Jeff Meldrum and Dr. John Bindernagel were in it. Yeah, and they were talking in a segment, and my parents were watching it. They're like, "Why is it like?" Did you like talk to that guy? Like, why is he in this stuff?
That's the problem, man. Is like, look. I understand that they don't necessarily fully disclose everything that's going to happen in the video that you're making.
No, because they film all the stuff prior, and then who knows what the show's going to turn out like in the end.
And they will pick and choose through what you've said to help their show or whatever. Yeah. But that's the problem. Is like, you have to, like, as, let's say, a prominent researcher or an enthusiast or whatever, or like a well-known enthusiast, you have to you have to be diligent enough to be like, hey man, this can't hurt the community. Like, this can't be a thing where if I say something on here and then it turns out that it is just nonsense, it's going to hurt my credibility and it's going to hurt the credibility of the entire Bigfoot community. Like, you can't allow yourself to get pulled into those situations. And like I said, I don't know the doctor that you talked to in your documentary, man. Seemed like a super nice dude. And like, I don't think any sort of like malevolence in that guy whatsoever. Hell, I even liked, like, I was laying in bed listening to, like, just like kind of watching or whatever, and when he was talking, man, I was like, I could fall asleep to this guy's voice. Like, it was peaceful, and like, he just like, he seemed like a real good dude. But like,
no,
to
get
to get caught up in something like that where you get stuck in like this mock video of like,
but sometimes you can't blame them for that. You can't blame them for how the show turns out. They're not in charge of any of the production.
No,
aspects.
but what I'm saying is that you have to do your due diligence when you're going to show up on a program, because if you show up on a program that is like that, where you even said yourself it was garbage, it hurts your credibility, and it hurts the credibility of the rest of the Bigfoot community because you're a prominent figure. Like, you're basically, it's you putting your name on something that is trash, and then people have to look at that and be like, well, like, is he a good source now?
Yeah,
like,
no, totally.
Like, you can't, like, and yeah, no, like, that's the biggest issue with like certain, like, those kinds of things, is like, there's so much garbage. Like, you have monster hunters and like hunting Bigfoot and all that garbage, man. Like, that is garbage TV that people like eat up. Like that, oh, you get $1 million reward if you like prove the existence of Bigfoot ever. What was that show? Was that Hunting Bigfoot?
It was, I think it was like $1 million, some kind of Bigfoot bounty thing.
Right. And yeah, so like, it was like, people are profiting off of this, and they're not doing anything to help the field.
They should call it the Bigfoot business instead of the Bigfoot community.
Yeah, because a lot of it is just business. It's a lot of people being like, I can make money off this.
I can make T-shirts and mugs.
Yeah, see, here's the other thing is like, there's a lot of people out there, like, this is a thing that happened. A liberal dude, like, sold fake conservative news to people and made money off of it just because he knew he could. Didn't believe in any of the product he was pushing. Just pushed it because he knew he could make money off the conservative side, and did. And there's going to be a lot of people in the Bigfoot community that are like, I don't believe in this nonsense whatsoever, but I know people are going to pay me to make products based on it and like push out productions. So why wouldn't I? And that's where you get like this really, really like toxic side of the community that like isn't necessarily a part of the community, but it's in the community now, and it's hurting the credibility of the rest of the community. Yeah. And especially when you get these guys with like,
it's big unfortunate.
Names. And
because there are a lot of people that are like very serious and like professional and doing a lot of like devoting a lot of time and their own money to, you know, research this. Yeah. And then other people are coming along and
they're like,
they're
ching,
just,
ching.
Yeah.
Like,
it just pollutes it.
Yeah. And so like, so the other thing, what was I going to say?
I have no idea. I have a question for you, though. Yeah. Because you know me well. Mm-hmm. We've known each other for a long time, and, you know, like a long time, like since grade 6, 5 or 6.
We're getting close to 20 years, man.
Yeah. Because I'm going out this winter to shoot some of Wildman 2.
And I am not, because it's cold.
I wish you would come, but you're being a big baby about it.
Dude, I'm not a winter person, all right?
Anyway.
I was born in Canada. I freeze all the winter long, and then when summer comes around, then you can take me out, all right? Fine. Like,
when I go out by myself,
I weigh like 140 pounds. I'm not meant for winter.
When I go out by myself with my cameras and infrared lights and whatever, if I come back with a piece of footage that clearly shows a massive being walking around,
I will believe you.
Would you believe me?
Yeah.
So that's my mission.
Because I trust you enough that
I don't want to prove Bigfoot exists to the world. I just want to prove it to Doug because it bothers me that he's so.
See, and like, I don't look. It's like I said before. Either show me a video of a Bigfoot that is like anatomically mammalian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see some evidence that there's such a thing as a male Bigfoot, because as of yet, I've seen a whole bunch of non-gender.
I'll do my best to get a close-up shot.
And if you can't do that, another believable piece of evidence that I would see, because it would be hard to make a suit, I think, that would do this, is
Bigfoot defecating.
Yeah, taking a dump. Like, that would be an amazing piece of footage. I'm like, damn, like either someone made a really cool
giving
suit.
birth.
That would be insane.
Impossible.
Why would that be impossible? Maybe just run up on one. You probably hear it. I mean, I would imagine they're kind of like cows, or it's like when they're popping babies out. But like, man, I just had a flashback to when I saw a baby calf being born.
That's a different subject for another time.
Yeah, it was a scarring.
I've seen one of an elephant giving birth. It was the craziest video.
I saw it in person at my grandpa's farm. It was terrible.
I've witnessed that myself in person as well.
Yeah, I was not ready for it. I was too young. Too young to witness childbirth. But anyway, something where you can take, like, obviously it's not impossible to make a suit where you can poop out of. It would be a little bit gross to do. And I don't know if anyone would do it. I mean,
I'm sure there's people that would go the distance.
Now that I've put it out into the ether, you're going to probably get a bunch of videos sent to you. Like,
totally.
Hairy people taking dumps in the woods.
I hope they're cartoon. I hope they're animated.
But, no, like, has no one ever asked the question of why we've never seen a Bigfoot dick? Like, legit. Like,
I don't think it comes up in a lot of conversations.
Right, but like, if you're gonna claim that you can, like, that this certain Bigfoot has breasts, but not all the videos of Bigfoot have breasts, so I imagine that they probably have to have a male genitalia of some form.
Well, yeah.
And I mean,
I don't know what like a chimpanzee penis looks like.
I've seen a few on Planet Earth and stuff.
Great documentary.
I've also seen that video of that monkey hanging upside down, wanking it real hard. Have you seen that one?
Yes, so funny. Anyways, question.
Yeah.
What do you think of all the missing persons cases in like all the national parks and stuff, especially in the States? But it happens a lot in like
talking about
Canada.
Like 411?
Missing 411,
yeah,
David
dude,
Pilates.
That's a good book.
There's multiple books.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, like, it's related to Bigfoot, right? Some people think like...
Some people think it's alien abduction.
Well,
Some
yeah.
people think it's skinwalkers. Some people think it's Bigfoot. Some people think it's... Like,
what's your take? Do you think it's just natural, like people get lost in the woods, can't survive?
Dude, honestly, I've gotten lost in the woods and I've been like 100 meters in. Like,
yeah, it's easy to get lost in the woods, especially if you're a city slicker.
Yeah,
but
it's easy as hell to get disoriented in the woods.
I knew.
There are some real weird circumstances around some of the disappearances for sure.
A past acquaintance of mine had a friend who was. Like,
it's a true story.
This is a true story.
It happened to a friend of a friend of mine.
It happened to a friend of a friend of mine.
Do you remember that show?
I do. Wasn't it like, it was on like YTV or something?
Yeah. It had a little blue cockroach looking thing that told stories, and his sidekick, they would always start the episode. That's a good question. Wasn't it just, was it creepy stories or scary stories or something like that? I just remember the one story of that urban legend of like the guy hiding underneath the chick's bed licking her feet, pretending he was a dog, and then he was like crawled out and was like, humans can lick too. Like, that was, I remember that one. I was like, oh, I'm scared. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I think it was just creepy stories.
So this happened like 2013, I think.
Okay, 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2013 or 2014.
It's almost 2018.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting way off topic here.
We're not. We're just
this guy was. I'm not gonna say the guy's name. This happened in Jasper. I'm pretty sure it was in the park.
Okay.
Him and a buddy were like at this lake, and they were canoeing on the lake.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was from Red Deer, I think. Anyways, he decided to go for a swim in the lake, and he goes off swimming. I don't know what the friend was doing. Probably like drinking beer or something, or
Canadian.
Who knows? Like,
man.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Just getting blitzed.
Anyways,
in the
guy who went swimming, all of a sudden just vanished. Like, there apparently was no like sign of like drowning or like struggle, right? He just disappeared.
But it depends, like, what you consider like a sign of drowning. Because I mean, Like,
Well, it was
we
just
all,
silence.
yeah, but I mean, we've all heard those stories about like little kids going swimming and they get like seaweed wrapped around their ankle, and the more they struggle, the more it wraps around and just pulls them down more.
Anyways, this was in Jasper. They searched the lake, obviously. No body was found. The guy disappeared. Never heard from him again. And like I remember like looking at his Facebook page, and it was like people were just like freaked out because this guy just vanished.
Maybe he just Tupac'd it.
Who knows?
Faked
like maybe just walked off into the bush or
faked his death and was like, I'm going to start a new life.
Got kidnapped by Bigfoot.
In a sleeping bag.
Okay, crazy story.
I
Albert Ostman.
Didn't you tell us on your...
I told it on a video a few nights ago.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite stories. That happened in 1924.
Claimed to. Was it not on the cover of a National Enquirer when it became a big thing, though?
It might have been. The story was first reported a long time ago.
Okay. I'm saying the National Enquirer was not a refutable.
No, it's not. It's a bunch of bullshit. But
I'm just gonna get a glass of water. You keep talking. Just keep talking. Okay, I got my glass of water. We're back at it. I apologize if you hear me drinking. I'm very thirsty.
What were we talking about?
You were talking about the 1924 Albert Ostman.
Yeah, that was looked into pretty deeply by a guy named John Green, a really well-known, probably the most famous. He was an author.
Does he have a channel where he like does
He's dead?
Oh, well, then it's not the John Green.
Is he John Green dead? I don't know if he's dead. I'll look it up.
The John Green I'm thinking of is like a young guy.
If he's old, he's
wrote The Faults in Our Stars. John Green wrote The Faults in Our Stars. Pretty sure that's who it was.
Well, I'm pretty sure John Green in the Bigfoot world was also an author. John Wilson Green was a Canadian journalist.
Oh, yeah, he's not the guy I was thinking of.
Yeah, he died last year.
Oh, rest in peace.
2016 in Chilliwack, BC. No, he contributed a lot to Bigfoot research. Really well known. Pretty much his whole life just dedicated to Bigfoot, which is crazy. But he personally interviewed Albert Ostman. And yeah, crazy story. What do you think about Bigfoot as like interdimensional being or extraterrestrial? Those allegations, because I know they're like way out.
Yeah, they're way out there. There's also, there's the people that claim that it's the Nephilim from the Bible, and all that.
It starts to get pretty far fetched.
Yeah, it gets insane the farther. Like, dude. So I listened to another podcast.
My chair's like squeaking.
Yeah. I listened to another podcast that I don't know if I should say the name or not, but I'll say it's another podcast about like mysteries and stuff.
Just say it.
It's called Mysterious Universe. It's just like a couple Australian dudes it's a really entertaining podcast to listen to, but like they talk about some of the craziest like Bigfoot
stories.
They
like supporters or are they skeptical?
They just talk about the stuff. They don't have like opinions on it really. Like every now and then the guy will be like, "What is that?" Like, so the one that they talk about, like there's a bunch, but like they've talked about like Bigfoot's getting like being some book that they found where it claims that Bigfoot is actually an alien species of convicts that were dropped off on Earth, kind of like we did to the Australians. Just shipped to another place because they're like, we don't want you here anymore. Like, dude, there's some crazy stories out there that people, and like obviously I don't think those are like the big majority of people like believe a lot of that stuff, but I do see it in like the comments of like Bigfoot videos of where people are like, oh, this was like, these are these giants from the Bible, or these are like interdimensional beings, that's why they're so hard to find, because they can jump through dimensions and all that stuff. And it's just like, man, is this a being that we grew alongside, another primate, or is it this weird interdimensional creature? Because personally I don't think it can be both.
But no, it probably can't be both. If anything, it's one or the other.
Also, here's the other thing. We don't have any, like, we have, I guess, theories, and I don't want to say theories, because a lot of people confuse the idea of, like, a theory as, like, oh, it's not proven, like the theory of evolution. There's a lot of proof through theory of evolution. There's also gravitational theory, which, I mean, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here right now. Like, theories don't, like, people misinterpret the word theory as, like, oh, it's just an idea. It's not, like a set in stone kind of thing. But interdimensional travel as a theory, people believe that like there's multiple dimensions.
Are you a believer that there is multiple dimensions, parallel universes?
Yeah. But here's the problem with the people think that Bigfoot is like an interdimensional being. Is that like if that's true, it's the only only being that is an interdimensional being. Like we don't know of
that we know. Well, okay, the thing is like spirits and entities or what we call ghosts could be interdimensional beings too. We just don't know.
Yeah, we just don't.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
This is how we end every podcast. We just don't know.
Here's the thing.
We just don't know.
You believe that these places could exist or do exist. What's saying there isn't beings that do exist in these other places or in between?
But what's saying that there is?
That's the thing, is there's equal chance of both, right?
I guess, yeah.
Maybe one day we'll have the technology to be able to see things or detect things that exist. But like that's all up to time, right?
Yeah. It's all up to
time. Time will tell.
Only time will tell.
Eventually in the future, iPhone 31, you'll be able to have this
iPhone
app,
679.
the app that looks into the next dimension.
Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, you can see like all the weird entities around you through the camera.
I already have that. It's called
called Tinder.
It's called it's called like Ghost Photo or something like that.
Is there?
Yeah, you just like take a picture and it puts a ghost in the background. It's pretty cool.
It's that Pokemon game.
Oh, Pokemon Go.
Pokemon
Love
Go.
That game.
They should have Bigfoot Go where you like have to find the Bigfoot with your phone.
I broke my account though. Forgot my username and my password.
You have too much time on your hands.
No, if I had time on my hands, I'd fix it.
You should take this time to look for evidence of Bigfoot.
Here's the problem, man. This is another issue when it comes to like so-called like Bigfoot like researchers and stuff like that. Is like a researcher, like I don't even know if there's such a thing as like a lion researcher. But a lion...
Surely there is.
Okay, a lion researcher isn't a lion researcher until there's proof that lions exist. A Bigfoot researcher...
Is an unknown hominid researcher.
No, but not even that. But, like, when it comes to, like, scientific... Like,
What they're explorers.
Yeah. Like, you're not...
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with going out into the bush and, like, looking for, like, evidence of anything. But, like... Scientific method is not to assume something is real and then look for the evidence to prove it. It's to gather evidence and then use that evidence to be like, oh, this is real.
But the thing is, that is exactly what like John Bindernagel and Jeff Meldrum are doing. They're getting evidence, and that is what they base their, claims
but like,
on.
Isn't... I don't want to say all because I don't know all their evidence, but like the majority of the evidence is like foot casts and hand casts, right?
And like audio recordings and.
But like,
I don't know what evidence they have in there.
Release all the evidence.
Yeah,
I want to see it all.
I just know when I talked to John Bindernagel, he was very like. He seemed so certain.
I don't think that he's like a liar by any means.
No, he's a very nice guy, and he's very like. He's incredibly smart, obviously.
Yeah, but that's the thing is what I'm saying is like, it's one thing to believe in this stuff. It's a completely other ballgame to prove to the world that they're real.
That's his problem.
Yeah, is that he hasn't yet.
If you guys haven't like got a copy of John's book either, I recommend checking that out, going online and finding a copy, because out of all like the Bigfoot books, it's very like serious and written very scientifically.
Like an essay? Or
yeah,
like a paper.
Like a paper, yeah. It's really sweet. I recommend checking that out.
In the end, I am a skeptic until proven otherwise. That didn't even make any sense. I'm a skeptic and will change my mind when I have enough evidence to believe it. Just at this point in time, I just don't.
And I am just a filmmaker and an explorer. And I will keep going out looking for evidence and trying to capture something on video because I enjoy doing it.
To go where no man has gone before.
Yeah, in the winter, in the dead of winter.
Like an idiot. All right, should we wrap up? Is that
I
good?
think we're good for now. We'll have to come back to the subject
I mean,
because,
this
as
is-
with everything else, there's so many other things you could talk about.
Yeah, and I'm sure in the comments there will be lots of suggestions and a lot of hate.
Oh,
But
yeah, this is gonna be a rough one for sure.
my name is Doug Mackay.
Look him up on Facebook.
You can if you want. I don't really care. I will ignore all friend requests, and if you send me a message, I probably won't say anything. But if you want, in the comment section, if you want to address me personally, just write Dear Doug, and I'll just look for all those comments.
Dear Doug comments.
Yeah.
Send them our way.
Let's start a thing. Dear Doug comments. If you want to hate on me, hate on me. You want to send me death threats, send me death threats. If you want to tell me that my voice is soothing and very romantic and sensual and you feel a little tingle in your lower regions when I talk, you can tell me that too.
And all my Bigfoot enthusiasts out there listening, I'm doing the best I can right now to defend,
Here's the thing,
everything that we're working towards.
I'm not trying to attack the community. I'm not trying to attack like you or like believers.
I thought you were my friend.
I am your friend.
God.
I'm just trying. I'm just saying my side of the story, man. The reasons why I'm not a believer right now is just because there's not enough evidence
It's
out there.
understandable.
Right?
It's understandable.
It's
But there's nothing wrong with going out and...
Understandable.
I'm going to get that video for you.
Completely. I want to see it. I
I'm
want
gonna get it for
you,
you.
if you come back with a video, I 100% trust you to not be a hoaxer because I know that you love the community and you don't want to taint it. So if you come back with a video, I will, and it's got to be clear. It can't be like something where you like that could be something else. Like
You want to see...
I want to see it. I want to see.
I'll see what I can do.
If it comes down to it, you die for that video.
Yeah.
You chase that thing down, recording it, and if you die, but that film survives, I will go to your grave, and I will personally lay down on your grave, and I will apologize for my transgressions.
Okay.
All right.
Deal.
All right. There you have it, folks. He's willing to die for this.
Anybody have the number for Bob Hieronymus?
Who's that?
Oh, he was the guy apparently in the Patterson suit, if it was a suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Is he still around?
I was going to ask him to come on the trip with me.
Just, here's my closing statement, okay? That was my glass, sorry. My closing statement is this. Be as objective as possible when you're looking into this stuff. Don't believe everything you see, and don't believe it because you want to believe it. Believe it because you have enough evidence personally.
Put a strong filter on.
Yeah.
Basically.
Don't just believe it because you believe it. Look, if you have personal experiences that you can't explain, I get why you would believe that. I'm not saying to discredit yourself. I'm not saying to be like, oh, I might be wrong. If you believe it, man. That's your prerogative. That's you do you, okay? But when it comes to just looking up evidence online, whether it's video evidence or whatever, like really look at it hard and be objective and don't just take it for what they're pushing it to be because there is so many things that it could be, okay? So just that's just my closing statement. And
you can't trust anything on the internet, really.
The internet is a garbage fire, okay? That's it for me. That's where I'm going to end it for me. I appreciate anyone who's listening. I appreciate if you got some hate towards me. I get it. I understand because I've been on the other side. But yeah, man, just keep that filter on and make sure that you're not just believing it because you want to believe it. Believe it because you can believe it. That's it right there. Don't believe it because you want to. Believe it because you can.
Really passionate right now.
That's all. That's just the way I feel.
That's great. And that's good. I'm going to continue doing my thing.
Do that, man.
Working on Wildman 2, by the way. Hoping to have it out mid-2018.
As well as some other fun projects.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of other cool films happening. Hopefully you'll come out to...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, we should probably started with this, but it's been over a month since our last podcast.
It has been.
It got real busy. I got a job finally. So work kind of interrupted
it's harder
a lot of that.
To get Doug to...
Yeah, it's hard to get out now because now that I'm working, well, I wasn't working before, obviously. You heard on the first podcast I was unemployed. But I got a job, so I'm running a little low on time. Also, very low on energy.
Yeah.
So it's been a little bit more difficult. We're going to try and keep these as consistent as possible. hopefully once we get into like a groove of things, it'll be a lot easier. But that first month at my new job, like, really threw a gear in the wrenches. So
yeah, we have only weekends now usually.
Yeah.
But I'm super busy too, because I'm making videos full time now.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm trying to keep up with YouTube videos like daily if I can.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm sorry if some of you people don't like some of the content I'm putting out, but I'm not.
You people.
Well, I'm not trying to stick to just Bigfoot, right? I love the Bigfoot topic, but there's so many other things out there that interest me.
Yeah.
And I make videos because I like
Here's the
making
thing.
them and I like those topics.
People are complex. We like more than one thing, so we do more than one thing. I think that's fair. And hopefully I'll have like my own YouTube channel here coming up. It probably won't be related to anything of like this topic at all.
But there would be a lot of interesting
Yeah, you know, it might be
pseudoscience topics too.
I'll probably talk about some like, I mean, almost guaranteed I'll be making a rant video about anti-vaxxers. But, you know, I don't know. I just like
more about life in general.
Yeah,
probably.
You know, just
Doug's a very interesting character. Has lots of personal experience in
like,
very strange.
It's like talking
areas.
about fun stuff,
Yeah.
and you know, I mean, it might venture into like paintball. It might venture into like just.
You're a big paintballer.
Yeah, just stories of like the past too, like just fun stuff. Like I just like talking. So
stories of the future,
stories of the past, and stories of the future.
The polar ice caps have melted.
But no, like legit, like I just like talking for the most part. I think maybe I like the sound of my own voice.
You do like talking.
I do. I love talking. Even
it's hard to get a word in sometimes.
Yeah, even when microphones aren't on, I'm a chatty Cathy. Can't help it.
Don't talk like that. Don't say
Why
that.
not? Dude, I'm a chatty Cathy. All right. But yeah, no, I just like chatting. So like, I don't know. Hell, if you are looking for something to fall asleep to, I will gladly talk until you pass right the hell out. You know, like wouldn't be the first time. So yeah, I don't know. I'll put out a little thing when I get like my own YouTube channel going and stuff. But might not be till after Christmas because it's almost Christmas and Christmas is a hectic time of year.
Anyways,
Yeah,
for those who listen, thanks for listening.
appreciate it.
Yeah, keep posted on the channell. What?
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
I think I stole that from somewhere else, so we probably can't make that our
scrap
closer.
What should our closer be?
I don't know. Oh, maybe I will make my YouTube channel sooner than later because I got a rant for you.
What?
The war on Christmas that we're supposedly having.
What does that even mean? Like the elves are fighting the...
No, like the people that believe that we're not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore, and like
Don't
they're
even
trying
get
to...
me
started. Yeah,
on
we won't
that.
even like that'll be my
Yeah.
channel. That'll be my channel.
I don't want to put...
Yeah. Anyway,
you just pissed me off. I need to find something to break.
Anyway, yeah, no, we'll figure out a closer. But for now,
It's just goodbye.
peace and love. Enjoy, like whatever you're doing right now. Enjoy your lives, man. Like, have a healthy curiosity for whatever it is you're curious about, and just keep digging. Keep on digging.
Well, should we go watch Rod Landing's videos?
God, I've seen them and they suck.
Okay. Well, on that note, have a good night. Thanks for listening. Share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Let us know what kind of stuff you want to hear.
Yeah, that's the one thing we haven't got yet is suggestions.
No. Well, actually, on a video the other day, I got a suggestion.
Okay, well I haven't.
And I have to,
Like the podcast hasn't.
No, not the podcast. But anyways.
Then again, we've only had 2 podcasts out so far, so
Yeah.
we're lagging.
Anyways, gosh, we're taking a long time to wrap up here.
It's a
Okay.
long outro. So whatever, we're done. Thanks for listening.
Good night.
Have a good night.